Hello, my name is Jean, and I am a knitter. You haven't heard from me in a while. We've had major crises and upsets in our life. This particular intruder, you may or may not be able to see him, but his name is Bentley. He's about 8 years old, perhaps 9, maybe a little more, we're not sure. We rescued him from an older relative who was no longer able to care for him, and she was taken away to the hospital by ambulance from her home 2,000 miles away from where we live, or somewhere near there. Anyway, we got him, we drove, we got him. She's going to be okay, but she won't be able to continue to care for him or get back to caring for him. You might remember this monstrosity, this huge slanket that I was so happy about knitting, and I really did enjoy knitting it. However, it is not a win. It is too lacy, it snags on everything, and it's actually too big. So, I love the yarn. I like the colors I chose. But I'm going to rip it out. I'll give you a detailed video on the process of ripping something out that's large, because there is quite a process to it, and reusing the yarn. What I am currently working on is my brioche stitch afghan, which it's another big complicated project. I do them, but it's coming right along. There's one mistake in it where I didn't do the right number of decrease rows, but I defy you to find it. And I have actually ordered the additional yarn that I will need, because this color I need 4 more skeins of, and this is part of a set that graduates from a pale to a dark, which I'm kind of fond of. And I have been using and loving my point protectors. This project went in the car with me on a very long road trip, and I was able to easily put on point protectors and then wad the thing up and stuff it into a convenient corner in the car. And I love those point protectors. I continue to rave about them. In actual use, they are a win. I'm really glad that I cut the ends at a 45-degree angle, because that does allow me to get my thumbnail under and wedge at it. If you actually pull very hard on this, you will realize it goes from short and fat to long and thin, and that means pulling on it randomly just makes it much tighter, and it's very hard to get the point protector off. But if you hit it with your thumbnail and pop it, it comes right off. So for the average strain that you have for a point protector, it works really, really well. So I say so a lot. There are many things in my life that are kind of hectic at the moment. My poor husband is dealing with an older relative that he's going to end up as a guardian for, and that's going to be another weight on his shoulders that I cannot help him with. But What he really wants is for me to knit him another pair of socks that he will not wear. But it's just knowing that I'm going to knit him another pair of socks or finish it, the pair that I started, and then he'll feel a little bit better about life. Brioche has its own rhythm, and it's a very relaxing and comforting rhythm. And I find that I need decent light because it's possible for me to only pick up one of the 2 strands that I need. And then I've got not quite a dropped stitch, but something that feels like a dropped stitch. And it's easy enough to fix, but you have to be able to see it on the next row or you've got more problems than you thought you did. I've printed out my pattern, and I'm really glad I did, because if I had left it online, there were times we were driving through mountains and I had no connectivity, but I had my pattern. And I am looking forward to another finished project very soon. When times are stressful, I find a great deal of comfort in working with my hands to create something. And you might be able to hear snoring in the background. That's Bentley. But he doesn't bark. I don't know. Stress can be alleviated through being productive using handwork. I truly believe that. I've believed it all my life. I don't think that's ever going to change for me. When times are bad, I pick up my handwork. I pick up my knitting. I go to my sewing machine. I make something, and it calms the chaos in my mind, and I feel better. I know that as long as I possibly can, I will keep knitting, and I hope you keep knitting too.